Hello, everyone. My name is Alexander Lucard, and I am an HMIS system administrator for Montgomery County. In today's training, we are going to look at how to do incident reporting in ServicePoint, which is your HMIS system here in Montgomery County. Now, when I mentioned that we're going to look at incident reporting, that means specifically we are going to look at how to put an incident into HMIS. That does not mean we're going to give you the ins and outs of your specific agency's policy for unusual incidents. Every agency is different. Please refer to your own guidelines, policies, and procedures within your specific agency. Again, every agency is different, and we are not doing the nuances of what your agency does for an unusual incident or the reporting process. We're just showing you how to put them into HMIS and just to do data entry for ServicePoint. That's it. So there are two places that you can do your incident reporting in within HMIS. The first is on the client profile, and the second is on the summary tab. If you're in the client profile, you can scroll down to incidents and click Add New Incident. That will bring up the Add a New Incident pop-up. You can also do it here under the Summary tab by choosing Add New Incident, and it will show up there as well. Both take you to the same spot. That pop-up is going to be generated whether you go to Client Profile and Summary. It doesn't matter where you do it. And once you save your work, it will show up in both. It will pre-populate into both. So don't worry, you don't have to do it twice. It's just which route do you want to take to get there. So we're just going to choose Add New Incident, and then we're going to fill out this form. You can see we have all these different options here, and we're going to go by each piece one by one. The provider. If this default here, this is my default provider. So if this is not correct, we can click search and we can pick a different program to put in. Let's do American, the first one there. So we just want to make sure that we are putting it in for the right program. After all, if the incident occurred at American Inn, we don't want to put it at, say, Interfaith Works Overflow Shelter or Dorothy Day Med. We want to make sure that we're putting it under the right program, the location where it happened. That's your provider. Start date. Start date is going to be the date that the incident occurred. An end date is going to be the end date for the banning or suspension. So if the client gets a 1-year suspension, you can put in 01/01/2022, something like that. 07/01/2022, sorry. If it's 6 months, you can do that. If you're just reporting an incident, and it's not going to be a ban at all, you can put the end date in for the same day. It's just a minor incident that you wanted to report. And we pick what type of incident we have from our dropdown. We've got alcohol, destruction of property, discriminatory rules, do not place alert, drugs, emergency alert, all sorts of options here. In this case, we will choose violent behavior, right? Incident code. Now, here's the weird thing about incident code. There is no specific thing that this means. It's just kind of here. So you can use this in a couple of different ways. First way is maybe you can rank the incident from a scale from 1 to 10. Like the other one might be how many incidents has a client has. This is their first incident, their second, their third, their fourth. The fact of the matter is that HUD does not define the incident code. ServicePoint does not define the incident code. And as far as I've been able to find, Montgomery County does not define the incident code. So double check within your own agency to see if you have a way that you are specifically using this. Otherwise, you can use one of the ways I mentioned earlier. But you can even leave this blank. Ban? Yes or no? Is the client banned from the program? Yes. Is the client not banned? No. We'll say yes, just to do it. Staff person? Who is the staff person that did the incident reporting? Now, just because you have HMIS access and you're putting the incident into ServicePoint doesn't mean you're the one that had the incident. For example, maybe the data entry person works from 9 to 5, but the incident occurred with the night shift staff, the third shift. So we'll put in, just to show that, say you just put in the name of the person who did the incident. And then you'll list the number of sites that the client is banned from. I would do one per line. I wouldn't do like da 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 because that can be confusing. Do one program per line. Like that. Have it look like that. And then notes. This is where you would fill in exactly what happened and why they're being banned or suspended or whatever occurred with the client. So in this case, we could say something like, something like that. Hopefully this never actually happened in real life, but we're saying here that he became violent and started attacking staff. Once this is all filled out, we just have to hit save. And there we go. This is what will happen on the summary page. Remember, we're on the summary tab right now. We can see the start date, we can see the end date, what type of incident it was, and who the provider was. We left the incident code blank, so there we go. If we go over to the client profile, we can see that it's filled out here as well. Gives you a little bit more information on the summary page, because again, the summary page is a truncated one-stop shop for you. If you need to edit the incident, you can click on the pencil, make some changes. And if you need to delete the incident, maybe you put it in the wrong person's account, whoops, you can delete it like that. Are you sure you want to delete it? Yes. And there it goes, it's all gone. All your work is gone. So be careful with that, because once you delete something, you can't get it back. But that's all there is for incident reporting in HMIS. Again, please remember that you need to follow your own agency's policies and procedures for how to code and enter an unusual incident report. Again, this is just showing you the data entry for HMIS. This is the process for entering it into HMIS, but every agency has a different policy on what is bannable or what needs to be written up and what doesn't. So please, 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 I can't emphasize this enough. Please refer to your agency's policies and procedures to make sure that you are following your agency's proper recourse for doing an unusual incident report. This training has just been showing you how to use the incident section of HMIS and how to properly enter one in. Thank you for your time, everyone. I appreciate you joining me for this training, and I look forward to doing more with you. Have a great day.